Are you selling print on demand t shirts, but not quite seeing the sales you were expecting or hoping for? Yep. Trust me, been there, done that. Quitting t shirts was actually the best decision I ever made for my Etsy shop, and today I'm going to share with you why I wish I had actually done it sooner. Hi, my name is Emily. I'm a former 9 to 5er, full time mom of two young girls, little bit of a chaos coordinator, and I built a 6 figure Etsy shop with zero design experience and zero business experience. And when I stopped selling t shirts and apparel, the sales of my Etsy shop went from this to this. I know, my mind is still blown about it. I still can't believe it. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why I pivoted away from selling apparel in my Etsy shop, what I recommend selling instead, and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to be sharing my top 5 favorite print-on-demand products to help you make sales in your Etsy shop. And I promise there is no gatekeeping here. These are actually 5 products I actively sell on Etsy. All right, so let me take you back to the beginning. This was about January 2023, and I had started my Etsy print-on-demand shop after watching a YouTube video. I had been doom scrolling in the middle of the night looking for ways to make money online so I could spend more time with my kids, and I really needed something that would fit into the margins of my life between school pickups and dirty diapers and activities after school and everything in between. So I stumbled across this video, and like most content about print on demand, I was learning how to make t-shirts to sell on Etsy. Now, before I go further, for those who haven't heard of print on demand, I want to fill you in. Print on demand is simply a fulfillment method. So that basically means you create a design, a simple design in a tool like Canva, you put it on a product with a print provider such as Printify, my go-to print provider, and then when you get an order in your Etsy shop for that product, Printify does all the hard work of printing, packaging, and shipping that product for you. So this was perfect for a busy mom like me who was working full time and juggling being a mom of 2 young kids because I could do everything from my laptop and I didn't have to show my face or store inventory or pay a ton of money upfront for something. So it was ideal for me. Now, as I mentioned before, most of the content I was watching was about t-shirts. And so that's where I started naturally. And my very first sale was a t-shirt while I was sitting at a gymnastics party with my daughter, and I could not believe my eyes, truly. And that one sale gave me so much hope for the future because that was proof of concept that this print on demand thing actually works. But here's the problem. I became super tunnel visioned about only selling apparel, again, because that's all I knew up until that point. And I was getting random sales here and there. I had worked up to getting, 1, 2, 3 sales per day, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. So I decided to start experimenting with some other products. I remember one day after doing this research into some other products that I stumbled across a print on demand product that looked like it had some potential. And if you stick around, I'm going to be sharing exactly what that product is. And I decided to list that product, and I was shell shocked. That night, that product sold. And I could not believe it because I had barely even put any time into it. It was a super simple design, but it was something different and there weren't a ton of people doing it. And that is when I had this aha moment that I was ready to switch gears in my Etsy shop. Before we continue, it's time for coffee and cha-ching. Super excited to answer your questions every week to help you launch, grow, and scale your Etsy shop. And the question this week is one that I get often. Do I have to pick a niche for my Etsy print on demand shop? And I love this question because first thing I want to share is there's no one way to find success on Etsy. You will see many different Etsy sellers who succeed doing a lot of different things. So here's what I'll say about picking a niche. No, you do not have to pick one niche for your entire Etsy shop. But here's what I would recommend. Your individual products need to be niche down to a specific audience. So I always like to say the riches are in the niches, even though it's pronounced niche. But the riches are in the niches, and we're going to go with it for the rhyming purposes. But the riches are in the niches. So that's where the key is to finding your customer on Etsy. A generic mama shirt isn't going to go very far these days. But you know what will sell? Is a mug for a softball mom or a candle for a bonus mom. And so the riches are going to be in those specific niches to speak to those specific customers. So that's this week's Coffee and Cha-chings. Feel free to post a comment below with questions, and I'll be sure to answer your questions in upcoming videos. So this is what you've been waiting for. What did I actually switch to that helped my sales skyrocket? And the answer is, I started focusing on products that people buy for their loved ones for meaningful moments, aka gifts. Yep, giftable products. And I know that seems kind of broad. And so we're going to break that down a little bit. But taking this direction towards focusing on gifts that people can buy on Etsy absolutely changed the game for me and is changing the game for many of my students. So, why do I love gifts so much? Number one, there's less returns. When you're selling apparel, you're dealing with sizes and textures and different things like that. And with giftable products, people are typically buying them for someone they love or they know. Let's think family members, coworkers, friends, etc. And so they are sending these gifts to them or they're getting them delivered to themselves and packaging it for them. They're not so much having to worry about sizing or anything like that. So that was a huge pro for me. Number two, there's a little bit less competition. While there is so much money to still be made with t-shirts and sweatshirts, I found that there was less competition for some of these products that weren't as popular in the print on demand space. And as a newer seller, for me, that was huge because it allowed me to stand out in a market where I was having a hard time standing out before. Number three is that you can create super simple designs for these kinds of products. And I'm going to share what those 5 products are very shortly that I recommend. But for these products, you could create super simple designs as opposed to creating trendy t-shirts for teachers or nurses or bachelorette parties. I could create simple text-based designs that really connected with Etsy buyers in a simple way. And that took me so much further. The fourth reason gifts are a goldmine on Etsy is because Etsy themselves is pushing the platform as being the go-to unique place to buy meaningful and special gifts for your loved ones and for people in your life. Last year, they even launched gift mode, which is really making it a go-to hub for buying those gifts that you can't just like go down the street and buy at a big box store. So when you're watching TV, you might see these commercials pop up where Etsy is actually telling us to go to their site to buy gifts. And so what we should do as print on demand sellers is really lean into that because they want us to be selling these gifts that people can come and buy that are personalized or special or different. Again, if we're looking at selling a giftable product, you don't want something that they can just go get off the shelf somewhere else. You want to create something unique, simple, but unique that they can buy for someone in their life. And you can see here, Etsy is even giving us tons of ideas for what kinds of gifts we should consider selling in our shop. You can see here wedding, birthday, anniversary, thank you, new baby gifts, housewarming gifts. So there's so many opportunities here, and Etsy themselves is even giving us a guide to say these are the things that we want buyers to be looking for on our platform. And again, we should lean into that and we should take advantage of the fact that they're kind of giving us these ideas and that Printify can help us fulfill those special requests with all the unique products that they have to offer in their catalog. Now, what are my top 5 favorite products to sell on Etsy? Let's go over to Printify and I'm going to show you what those 5 recommendations are. The first product I always recommend is ornaments. Now, hear me out. I know many people will say, but ornaments only sell around Christmas time. And yes, there is definitely a peak in purchasing in the fall, getting ready for the holiday season. But ornaments truly sell year round. So you can create this in a variety of shapes from circles to hearts, and you could create these for many different occasions throughout the year. The second product I love is this accent mug from District Photo. Now this comes in 2 sizes, 11 ounces and 15 ounces, and it also comes in a variety of colors, which makes it an ideal option for a variety of designs. I love these because they are super high quality and customers truly love these accent mugs that have the 2-tone colors on them. Again, mugs are a great option because they allow you to truly rely on text or small graphics to appeal to a customer. And it doesn't require a ton of really trendy or complex designs, and people love buying mugs. They are incredibly evergreen and sell all year round. Now, for number three, this often surprises people, but one of my very favorite products to sell on Etsy with print on demand is this hardcover journal by District Photo. Now, you may be thinking, who is buying blank line page journals on Etsy? And the answer is thousands of Etsy customers. This is one of my absolute favorite products for a few reasons. Again, you can do very simple designs. Number two, they're very cost effective with higher profit margins. And number three, they're very easy to ship. And so you rarely have any issues with them getting damaged in transit or anything like that. I absolutely love these hardcover journals. All right, moving on to number four. My next favorite product is going to be this canvas tote from Monster Digital. I love this high quality product. People love tote bags. And this is a product that also has potential for bulk orders because if you do design them for something like a bachelorette party or your employees or coworkers or a girls' trip, there is potential for a customer to buy multiple of them in one order. These are also very profit friendly because they have higher margins. They're very easy to ship because they're so light. And again, they can't really get damaged during transit. And so this is a great opportunity. And here's a pro tip. If you have been selling t-shirts up until this point, tote bags are going to be a great option for you because you can use some of your t-shirt designs directly on the tote bags because they're a similar size in terms of your design. All right, so I mentioned earlier in this video that I was going to share with you that product that I listed and it sold immediately that night and I was mind blown. And that product is the scented soy candle from Lumient. I love this product so much. There is so much potential out there. Etsy customers and in general, consumers love to purchase candles for gifts, and it makes it an incredibly gift friendly product. And what's great is people are coming to Etsy for unique, specific gifts. And so this gives you an opportunity to create a highly giftable product, candles, and make it really unique for your customer and your audience. These are very high quality. They ship them incredibly well. And I always get really great reviews for these Lumient candles. There are new shops popping up every day and making sales by selling these products that are a little bit different than the normal apparel. And now that you know why giftable print on demand products work on Etsy, the next step is going to be learning how to design and how to create these products. So, in my next video, I'm going to be sharing that with you and walking you through step by step how to research, design, and create one of these 5 giftable products that I shared with you today. If you liked today's video, feel free to hit like or subscribe below so that way you don't miss out on a single video coming up so I can help you launch, grow, and scale your own Etsy shop.